Nancy,
I knew.
is the hubby coming?
Yeah, he's right there.
Yeah.
He's an old forge.
Oh.
Both.
Yeah, isn't that something, huh?
Ugh,
How this world all comes together. Nancy,
I've had enough of it.
is the hubby coming? These-
Yes,
Okay, we all.
Old forge.
yeah, I think so.
Oh, and other stuff is from last month?
Well, let's see, we don't have the plans right, though, that we have to read, right? Oh, okay, good.
Your grandson?
Yes. It's Liam.
Oh, I should have brought my son. They look around the same age.
He's 5.
My son's 6. So, yeah. And actually, they both have on the public hands.
Well, it's our babysitting night, so, and he's there and I,
He's welcome all the time.
he's done it before and he just sits.
Well, I'm Shay, by the way. My name's Shay.
I figured it out.
Yeah.
Talking with Julia.
Yeah. Third. I
Good.
went to school with your daughter, Emily. Yeah, and my sister is good friends with your son, went to school with your son. Phyllis.
Charlie?
Yeah. So I
Oh,
recommend.
boy.
Oh, yeah.
Emily Wilbur, I knew she was from Rush, so.
Do you live in Rush now?
I live in West Henrietta, in
West
Riverton area. Yes.
So is your son in kindergarten or
Yeah,
first
he
grade?
goes first grade with about it.
Oh, okay.
Our neighbors go to Erie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I asked because Liam has some friends that live in Riverton, but they go.
I think
Where's
so.
our camera?
We can be seen because I see us on the other
Yeah.
screen next to them.
You can't see us.
I know, I waved to him, but he didn't wave back.
And do you want me to focus closer on you guys? Or can we hear Dan?
Oh, he's acknowledging us.
Yeah.
Speak.
Can people hear me?
Yes, yay, all right.
Oh, you still can't see me. Okay,
Feel like a partner?
so we can start our meeting now?
Yeah.
Okay. This is Rush Conservation Board meeting for April 13th, 2023. We've got our minutes from our last meeting.
Yeah.
I just do that. That's right here. That's the one to put aside. No Beth tonight? Oh, she said
She was on vacation.
And where's our sign-in sheet? I just did the sign-in sheet. You already signed it?
That's just the regular one, isn't it?
I think it's all purpose.
Oh, okay. Well, ours used to have our names on it, remember?
Yeah.
Right, right.
I don't think.
That's
I just
fine.
have, like,
That's
right
fine.
in who was here.
That's
So
fine.
maybe that's right.
So I guess we'll need a motion to approve the minutes. I'll second.
Okay. Do we have any old business? No.
Well, we're gonna take the vote on the minutes. Did we-
Oh, okay.
All in favor?
Yeah,
Aye.
all in favor of approving the minutes?
Aye.
Hi.
Okay.
You got your agenda?
Do we always have to approve the next meeting date?
It's not a matter of approving, it's just, letting us know.
No, okay.
Yeah, do you have any?
Conflicts or anything.
Right.
Okay.
And we have no mail, so we get right by that. Any conflicts with next month?
I don't.
As long as we have, it, okay. No correspondence, no business. official appointment of deputy chair.
Let me speak to that.
Okay,
Because last year, or several years now, I've been deputy chair of the Conservation Board, and I've been calling myself that in correspondence, but I don't think we ever made that official. The last I knew, the board, that the board had to appoint, that the town board appoints the chair, but that the board has to decide and approve the deputy chair, I think. So I put that on the agenda because, Dan, do you know for sure?
The appointment of the deputy has been up to the chairman in the other
Not
board.
to the board, but to the chairman.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess, Dave, you have to decide.
in a formal way, how, I'd like to appoint you to be the deputy chair of the Rudd Conservation Board.
Okay, I accept.
Uh,
I think we just,
Yeah,
put it-
great, yeah.
I think we just put it in the minutes.
Okay,
We've made that decision. And if I can continue and speak about the Rush Hamlet Committee, as a lot of you know, I've had originally they asked for, 2 volunteers, and I said I would do it, and maybe, Pat, I guess, wasn't sure. But the thing is that the committee is meeting during daytime hours. And if it were an occasional thing, I could take time off work and do it, but they're talking about sometimes even twice a month or more. And I can't do that. And if it were a meeting if there were meetings that were open to the public, I might say, well, wait a minute, if you're going to have them during the workday, you're ruling out a lot of the population, particularly unlike me, the
Yeah.
younger population.
right.
But apparently it's not open to the public. So I didn't feel I could say to the committee, well, I don't want you to meet during the day because that's not good
Yeah.
for me. So unless somebody else can go to the meetings, I think, and instead of, have somebody else represent us instead of me, I was thinking that maybe we could try to work out another way to participate, like maybe ask the building code person or Scott Strunk to come to our meetings and give us an update and hear what we might have to say. That
And the
was
meetings are here.
to our meetings, Conservation Board, or that's just one idea. I just looking
And
for
what are they
ways.
discussing at the meetings?
Well, the Hamlet,
What they would like to see in the Hamlet,
Yeah.
The Hamlet code is all messed up. There's things that exist that shouldn't exist. There's it's never been done correctly to reflect what's there, what could be there. And they're also talking about commercial and light industrial properties too, to how to classify them, how they can be used, different things to do with it. Would do with all the zoning. But those are the areas that they're really concentrating on. And the idea is they have a smaller committee so that they can do it quickly and get stuff before the board, kind of tie it in with the comprehensive plan so that everything's cohesive, can all come together at the same time. So they're trying to do it as quickly as possible. They, building inspector definitely has ideas. He has quite a background. Scott Strock has ideas, and he's been on the planning board forever. And they're trying to get stuff together that kind of reflects what actually exists in town, and then trying to put it into the form of the code. That's what the whole project is about. And building inspector was thinking 2 people from zoning, planning, and conservation. Scott Strock wants to keep it as small and tight as possible so it can proceed quickly. That's the whole background of the whole project.
So does that mean that he would like one person from each committee, or?
Pat would like 1, John would like 2. I would appreciate any input at all that the conservation board could give.
And have they started meeting yet?
No,
Did they have
they
one?
just drew up a charter last night, or a kind of an outline of what they're planning on doing, and they haven't scheduled any meetings yet or anything.
And when do you think they'll start the scheduling?
They're anxious to get going, but I'm not sure. They haven't really worked it out yet, but it should be hearing something soon.
And I think they were, last I knew, they were talking about weekday morning, as in Tuesday or Thursday or something.
I didn't get any kind of specifics out of them.
Okay. There were some emails back and forth, but I'm not sure where they ended.
Apparently I wasn't on the list.
And this is for input into the comprehensive plan?
Not necessarily comprehensive plan, but to go over the the existing code and how commercial and industrial properties are used, and with special attention to the hamlet. And it ties in with the comprehensive plan because, you know, we're going through everything.
If it's no more than maybe a couple times in a month and a couple hours, I can go.
Oh, that's great. Because you know more about this town than almost anybody. You and Dan. And Sue.
So
Yeah,
I wasn't born. I
we still
always
gotta
said
find out
Western, yeah.
about.
she's from West Henrietta.
Yeah, what I can do is I can ask I've still got the committee members' emails, so I will email them with you and you too. And I'll just, you know, tell them that you're our representative. I guess, should we officially make Dave? Okay, I move that since I'm unavailable to attend the meetings, we had to appoint someone else, and I nominate Dave Watson.
Yes, terrific. Thank you, Dave.
Second it.
Third.
Okay, since Dave may have a conflict of interest, I'll say all in favor?
I,
Aye.
Next one is EMC. Did Beth said that she would attend some of those?
yeah. Did, you send a note to Jerry?
I sent a note to Jerry. He was going to look into it. I didn't hear back from him yet. I can double check with him.
And they probably got just one more meeting for the year, May, and then that's it for the summer.
Well, Beth attended in March
Oh, she did?
but she's out of state now, so I will attend next week. Hopefully she'll attend in May, and then you're right, there's no meeting again till September.
Okay, so we're clear on that.
Well, I think it should stay on the agenda, and maybe Dan, you could follow
Follow
up
up
on it
with
between now
Jerry.
and next meeting. Is that okay, Dan?
See his head bobbing.
Oh, yes.
No, sounds good. Thanks for interpreting.
We could do
Now-
that better.
So what is this other, we don't have any plans on that? For this 1025 Rush Henrietta Town Line Road Planning Board?
We already did it.
Yeah, I put
Oh.
that in there. She told you I put that in there. It's done on Tuesday. I saw it was on by the planning board.
Okay, but had we seen it yet?
Yes, yeah.
I'm not sure. That's
We
like.
We did, that was.
That was the garden.
Yeah.
John Saunders on
Oh,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
yes.
the Lowell building.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lowell's old building.
So we did that, okay,
Yeah,
right, okay.
And did they approve that?
I haven't heard back from planning.
Oh,
Planning was looking at
Dave's
it.
shaking her head, yes.
Cause I was gonna say, we've seen his vehicles there now.
So let's hope it was approved.
It was.
that was a special. planning board meeting.
Yes, it was a special. meeting.
He must know the right people.
It was the only thing in the meeting.
No,
Uh,
Is this Foster Brooks's place? Oh,
No.
Western. Union.
About the West Henrietta?
And yeah, I was thinking East Money, I'm
No.
sorry.
Has that been sold yet?
I think his head's gonna bob.
What's that?
Foster Brooks sold.
Yes.
Good.
Who
How
bought it?
much?
I'm not sure. I heard they plan to put 3 houses on that property.
And you know who bought it? And how
No
much?
idea. $9,000 an acre,
Wow,
Yeah,
60 acres.
unapproved.
996 is 540. Yeah,
Well, they're building.
well, for 3 houses. How many houses did they plan before? Wasn't it
60?
six?
No,
No,
I thought
it was the
Okay.
the townhouses that they planned.
that was 60. How many houses were they gonna put up there before?
Oh, 50 or 60?
Okay,
The
I
plans
thought-
changed at different times, but they were,
They were gonna do houses on small lots.
well, they had to be big enough to perk, but the problem was there's wet spots all through that field and they could have never got that many houses on it.
Oh, that's mean if they didn't get the sewers, yeah, they were gonna put
Right.
60.
No, if they could get sewers, they were gonna do townhouses.
Yeah.
50 or 60.
Right, but they said they were gonna put 60 if they couldn't get sewers, and they pretty much admitted they were never gonna get it to perk for that many. So-
Yeah.
So there's J. Crew one, they're previous, or not previous, they're currently using this property as their landscaping business, correct?
for this-
Yes,
And
Yeah,
it's zone commercial.
wasn't it light industrial?
No, that's actually commercial.
Yeah, when,
Henry Hansen.
This is before,
No.
this is before
No,
Snyder.
Yeah.
they wanted to use it for light industrial, but it wasn't zoned in light industrial. Light industrial was across the street.
yeah. Okay. And who wanted to go in there before?
Turner Underground wanted to put up
Yeah.
a building there.
So what are they talking about now?
So this is next to Snyder Collision, which I think they maybe show it right here. Um, what did it
The-
say? It says there's 72 acres here.
Yeah, they're doing some farming or,
Land.
There's some farmland too, which is also not allowed in a commercial district, but it's been farmed for a long time.
I thought farmland was allowed everywhere.
That's that's another problem that we have to deal with. That's why that committee's forming.
But the J. Crew landscaping is only disturbing, only using 2/10 of an acre out of that 72.
Yeah,
So why do they want so much of it?
Well, no, they already own.
no, it was all one piece
Oh.
of property, yeah,
Okay, so what are they asking for approval now?
to run the business out of there, basically. And this is kind of just what we saw last month with the other landscape business. So
Oh, they want to put
Storing-
buildings on it.
storing
Oh, okay.
mulch and that, evergreen trees in here. They got a gravel driveway already in, I'm pretty sure that they've got electric back in there already also. There is a building already here.
they have a
Yeah.
sign already too, don't they?
Yes.
So is it just for building the building?
No, it's, I think it has to do with operating the business because they got shut down because portions of what they're doing is not actually allowed. It's a commercial district, so he can't actually run the business out of there. So that,
Business.
I don't know what they're asking for on that. What are they asking for on that application?
Yeah, let me, let's see.
Yeah, read that. I just started reading the first paragraph.
No, let's see.
Well,
It says statement of intent, continue operating J. Crew Landscaping, a commercial service business within the 72 acre parcel that I own at 7566 West Henrietta Road. So basically, they're asking for official permission to do what they've been doing without official permission.
But you need to look at the letter from John Hinman from MRV. First,
Is that in the,
it was on the Dare Agency.
okay.
I assume that,
Yeah, but let's read it out loud, Pat.
well, I only have my notes.
I could grab one very quickly.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. He questioned the assertion that this was a continuation of the business. And then John Hinman said a full EAF is needed because it's a commercial business project on property with many environmentally sensitive areas.
You know, they checked, they checked yes for wetland and water.
Yeah,
course
there's
for
wetlands
it.
way in the back.
Yeah, they're federal wetlands, 3 of them.
Yeah.
And it says,
There's a big berm there that, well, actually, it was carved by the creek at one time. So the land goes back and then it drops off to lowland and then the creek is there.
it says,
Oh, yeah,
since they're saying, since the lands surrounding our property are comprised of stream corridors, floodplains, wetlands, and farm fields, the proposed continued use of the land as currently exists should not impact future development or values of
Thank
adjacent
you.
properties. Right, thank you.
How'd you do this?
A lot of papers. I'll get rid of them. Better safety.
Thanks.
So this is a letter from Hinman, okay, the project manager at MRB to Scott Struck. And then coordinated review. Lots of agencies involved.
Yeah, John Hinman was concerned about runoff that would drain into the creek. And that's where he wanted the DEC coordinated review. He's one of them.
And they have to have an EAF before the
Yeah,
DEC will be notified about it?
Well, John Hinman said they need a full EAF, not just the short
Yeah.
form. He said because it's a commercial business project on property with many environmentally sensitive areas. They seemed to think it was no big deal, just a continuation of what they've been doing.
Yeah, this letter kind of politely dings them for doing it without approval in the first
Yeah,
place.
Yeah,
Because it says it appears that the area of the whole operation on site is at least an acre, if not more, since this is the first time that this use has been identified. And it appears that prior to 2017, there was not a gravel parking area or commercial building on site. So he's kind of politely saying that they did things they shouldn't have done. Yeah, how do you like?
and the same thing as last month, that storing, mulch storage bins are not in compliance for storing that outside storage of raw materials.
How should they be stored then?
That's, I don't know.
Actually, it seems like the MRB
We
group,
saw the same thing last. month.
Right.
looks like they've done our work for us here.
Yeah, right.
Identify, I don't see why we can't refer to this in our comments.
They want to know about customer parking spaces also.
Yeah.
Location of the sanitary water waste system, exterior lighting. Yeah, these are all things that we would have.
Grading.
The
to be
exterior
added to
lighting
the
was a
site.
big thing in, when Turner Underground wanted to go in there.
And we were very concerned at that time about how flooded it was. That man, they were gonna use much more than 2/10 of it.
And to the north of that property, on that property, a lot of fill from when they took the bridge out was put in there.
So by the way, there are technically two plans that we're looking at for this. I put them
Updated that.
because we've got 2023 3P and 4P. And because they were the same address, I put them on the agenda together. But are there technically two different applications? No?
No, that was because one was unofficial.
Oh, okay.
And then the second one would be actual.
Thank you.
Yeah, the planning board did an informal discussion. They found that the narrative that was part of that to be pretty interesting. Jay Crew was saying, well, they're already farming, legally or not, they're farming that. The rest of the 72 acres, but they want to, they're growing pumpkins, vegetables.
Mhm.
Donate, they'll sell them at the roadside stand, but They also want to donate pumpkins to the fall festival. That all was part of the informal discussion, I think, in February.
It's kind of like a Kyle Stevens thing all over.
Yeah, yes.
So should we go through the environmental assessment form?
Sure, we've got just a short one, right?
No, it's pretty
Or is it
long.
long?
It's the usual one.
It's a 2-page, yeah.
Yeah,
Because we don't have the full. A copy of the full one. And have we ever done?
Well,
Yeah.
we've been doing this.
We do the short. one.
What did-
we've been given.
Oh, this is called the short one. Okay,
Right.
it is the short one, yes.
And
But we-
Kim says they need,
Right, well, we can,
They need-
we can put that in our comments on the plan,
okay.
yeah.
Oh.
Sorry.
Did anyone see the bird result?
No, it says that it needs further testing.
Yeah.
And what kind of sanitary discharge are they gonna have?
They said portable toilet. And bottled water.
Until they get up and running, and then they can bring water in.
But they only have 5 employees.
Yeah.
Who will be out and about, I guess, doing the work, so it's not like they'll be
Right.
hanging around. Reading a book.
Okay, so will the proposed action create a material conflict with an adopted land use plan or zoning regulations? And our choices are no or small impact may occur, that's one choice. And the
Yeah.
alternative choice is moderate to large impact may occur.
Small impact.
Okay. Will the proposed action result in a change in the use or intensity of use of land? Now, that's tricky, isn't it? Because is it based on what's there now or based on what should be there now?
And what they say.
It's going to be.
So maybe we should say moderate to
Moderate.
large? Yeah,
Because they're gonna be putting paving in. And
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
I mean, that's the
And they will.
first thing right off the bat. And
will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
What was that again?
Will the proposed action impair the character or quality of the existing community?
no,
No,
Will the proposed action have an impact on the environmental characteristics that caused the establishment of a critical environmental area? I would say yes on that one because of the runoff into the creek.
yeah, the plan doesn't show the creek. Well, it shows that the 100-year floodplain is right nearby, so yes.
Will the proposed action result in an adverse change in the existing level of traffic or affect existing infrastructure for mass transit, biking, or walkway?
no,
Will the proposed action cause an increase in the use of energy and it fails to incorporate reasonably available energy conservation or renewable energy opportunities?
no,
Will the proposed action impact A, public or private water supplies? No. Public-private wastewater treatment utilities? Yeah, I guess not. Will proposed action impair the character or quality of important historic, archaeological, architectural, or aesthetic resources?
no,
They said themselves that it was an archaeologically sensitive area.
But will there be an impact? I'm not saying there won't, I'm just
No.
raising the question. Will the proposed action result in adverse change to natural resources, wetlands, water bodies, groundwater, air quality, flora and fauna?
this is what we're saying, possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Moderate.
Will the proposed action result in an increase in the potential for erosion, flooding, or drainage problems?
They're gonna do for drainage. Or will they
I
have
think
it?
they're not, I think the letter said that they need to show more about what the drainage is gonna be, so maybe that should be a yes.
I think so too.
Will the proposed action create a hazard to environmental resources or human health? No on that one. Okay, and let's see, the next one says for every question in part 2 that was answered, moderate to large may occur, or if there's a need to explain why a particular element may or will not result in a significant adverse impact, please complete part 3. Part 3 should, in sufficient detail, identify the impact, including any measures or design elements that have been included by the project sponsor to reduce impacts. Also explain why the lead agency determined that the impact will or will not be significant for each potential impact. For all of this, I think we could refer to that letter.
Yeah,
I just want to see, I just want to.
and then, yeah, this is basically saying these items should be added or amended to the site plan, 7, A through K.
Let's see, I just want to be able to refer to it and see.
Nothing has really moved along with the Comet Flasher across the street there.
No,
Wasn't there a little activity maybe end of last year, beginning of this year? Seemed like something moved around over there.
a little, but
Yeah.
not,
Are
Yeah.
they still in that, where Wagner's Welding used to be, in that little, who else is in there? The glass, G&G Glass is in there. It's in Henrietta, just north of there.
Yeah, I think they're still there. Something came through the town. They were gonna do something, and people were saying, I don't even remember them, but I know, they came through the conservation board at least.
No, they don't have.
They really came through, but something brought them back on the radar. So they
I
might
think they started moving that gravel around
Yeah.
again, that big pile. Cause I always
Yeah.
watch that pile. Cause I
Need
got
some
a
gravel,
gravel
do ya?
driveway. Oh, don't tell my husband.
And it looks like they're gonna plant trees around, the border of Snyder's Collision.
Evergreen.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we should also do our comment sheet, right? I assume we
Yeah.
have that with it. I don't know, if I made, I didn't see it, did I see it in the folder? No. How about in the envelope with the,
no,
I think when he was talking about buying that piece of property, before he started anything, they were gonna have a pumpkin patch and a Christmas tree farm on the property. But I don't know how that's gonna go, but that was an idea they had.
well, we were saying this is kind of like, Kyle Stevens.
Kind of reminiscent, yeah.
Thank you.
Okay,
All the things.
oh no, it's a planning board, right?
it's, 2023-4P.
What's the applicant's name? J. Crew? We'll
Uh,
just put J. Crew.
Okay.
Another, yeah, Jonathan. Yaco.
Yeah,
No worries. I don't have that.
maybe that's,
Oh, okay. Is that, it's for the same, oh yeah, right, so that's right, I didn't, that I saw part of it.
What is that, the long EAF one?
No, it's the application.
Oh,
This is where where they say the intent is to continue what they're already doing. But that's really, yeah, that's what we're saying. And they recognize that there are, sensitive environmental.
And
features.
here they recognize no archaeological.
Yeah, I know, that was kind of contradictory.
Yeah.
Do we want to mention that in the comments that Dave's doing?
Yeah, as a kid. It is quite a ways from the creek and the elevation drops right off heading to the creek.
Did you see the planning board with that finding?
Yeah, because here too, it says.
Right, from,
Yeah,
Says it's the site located
It's
in
the
area
plan.
designated as sensitive archaeological site.
it says,
Yeah, so
Now, has the planning board already seen this? So,
not that one.
I guess there was an informal.
but it looks like questions were asked by Scott Strock. And then
Oh, it
Hinman
was, it
is
has been
getting-
seen?
Hinman is getting back to him.
He had his formal. he had
Okay.
his Formal, and it was here. during
Okay.
that was-
Okay,
They had a big long session.
okay. Good. That's where that all came from.
It was-
Any items we
Can I
want to
just see the
list?
map? Please.
No, we're
Thank
trying
you.
to keep it.
Well, we could again refer to the letter. If you want to. Another thing though, which is, from what we're seeing, is there is some contradictory information in this form. Like, for Sue pointed this out, for archaeological or historical site, they say no, but there are other places in the form where they say yes. So we should point that out.
yeah, but Scott Strock comment. For number 3 on the EAF, although the EAF mapper shows 12B.
No, I don't think that's, I think that's on a different plan.
Oh.
I don't think that's on this one. I think that's the
sorry.
Rush Henrietta Town Line Road
Oh,
one.
I'm sorry. Yeah,
I think we did that
Right,
one, and then
right.
he added the comments to it.
Right,
So
that's,
just
I think,
conflict in the questionnaire on. regarding
Archaeological, yeah, archaeological site.
that's so one.
And that's just archaeological sites nearby or just archaeological.
Well,
sites?
would be, I think it's, well, let's see. Let's do Exactly. So, here
'Cause
it
we've
is.
done that before within a mile or two or something.
right,
like
it doesn't say the,
Well, it does, if they, are they present on the property? So they're saying, no, it's not present on the property. But then there's another time where they say that it is. Yeah, well, this one could be adjoining. Because this one says on adjoining and here. And so does this one.
this is nice, Pat, that at least we got it back with comment.
Yeah.
With comments?
There was a
Used to
comment.
that.
Yeah, right.
That's why I was.
That way it threw you off.
I thought it was just a copy. Last
Well,
month.
he added to it. As he should, because we were just doing a draft. They really have to do the
Yeah,
final. We're
yeah.
just helping them at their request. So Dave, can you put it again in our comments on this, again, to refer to the
This letter.
yeah, here, I wrote it up here. Refer to, or share the concerns, maybe we share the concerns of Jonathan Hinman. In the letter of March 24th.
John Hinman.
Jonathan.
If he goes by John.
Most do.
Hinman, or is it?
Yes. Now, does your Jonathan spell his with an extra H? No,
No,
no, I like the way he spells it.
And he's from MRP.
MRB, yes.
Okay.
Okay, and we got 2 to go. Busy this month. Went for the whole winter.
With
without
nothing.
anything.
Well, this is the time of year they do it.
Right.
but the other two are his own.
Yeah, but do we have two?
That's right.
Land did it, and I went through the scout. I get everyone their own like one for each. So everyone will have one in their folder.
Yeah, so we'll
That's,
just-
Okay, I just want
just
to.
borrow one. That's
right,
fine.
right, we share.
But there's one
We're
other-
friendly.
there's one other form that we do need, and that's the Conservation Board comment form that Dave just got out of the filing cabinet. So, or, or just give Dave enough, like
Yeah,
one for each.
there's a
board.
bunch of men that probably make copies or just grab some.
Let me see it, so.
Yeah, well, it'll be in the stack that I guess it's gonna be with the plans that Bert's putting back. So,
So you say it was two for zoning?
Yeah, swimming pool and that.
Oh, okay.
No, this one is 30 Boulder Creek,
That's the swimming pool.
install an in-ground pool back in the same location as the original pool was installed and filled in prior to us purchasing the house. The request is applied to the Rush zoning law 10 feet or less. For variance.
Side or back? Both.
Is the alleged difficulties of yes and no, only location to install a pool with septic in the back. The original pool was in the same location as where they want to put it. Oh no, that's northeastern pool. There has to get on it back.
It should be a line, right? That shows where.
Wasn't there a pool that they wanted to put in over there that somehow encroached on the farmer's property, or might have been partially on the farmer's property behind them or something?
No, not behind them. It's a long lot, 488 feet long. They got a neighbor on one side and a neighbor on the other side.
Okay, it's not in the back? What?
15, the pool edge, it looks like, will be 15 feet from the property line.
And normally it should be by the.
Well,
zone,
it's
it
an
should be
in-ground
longer.
pool, so they gotta have a fence around it too.
Right, so what are they asking for a variance from, to put it closer to neighboring property? Or is there a farm field behind it, as Dan was saying?
If there's a farm field behind it, it's, like I said, the lot is 488 feet long. And they're just in 100 and.
Oh, I see, there's
Oh,
a lot,
wow.
a lot of land behind it.
Oh,
They're only 70 feet off it.
So it's more just one side,
Yeah,
neighbors to the one side that they're not 50 feet.
there was an existing pool there at one time and filled in,
Yeah.
and now they want to put the pool back in the same place.
So the first one got approved.
Yeah,
The first one, right, so how can you say you can variance
Well,
things?
things change. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it, I'm just
But,
saying. things
and
change.
I'm thinking it must be hard to put a pool where the pool was. You have to dig it all out.
yeah.
Guess it depends on how it was filled in, what was filled in with.
Helen filled hers in with cement, didn't they? Danny?
Pardon? Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
and then dirt on, some cement and dirt on top.
yeah, yeah, I think so.
because they had it grassed pretty quick. You-
What is their name?
I can't pronounce it. SWGAZY, Swagazy?
It's May.
Oh, okay. So it's Swayze? Doesn't look like another A.
So.
Yeah. Well, we don't need to do a form on this one. Do we? No, I mean, well, the comment form we do.
But not one of these.
Yeah, I don't think we need to do the environmental
No.
assessment form.
No.
Okay,
No.
that's right. It's just the planning board that wants it. So actually, we won't need any more of those for this meeting.
That's for zoning, isn't it?
Yes, this one and the next one are for zoning.
Still looking for the next one.
It's on Jeffords Road. It says.
So there are 3 envelopes, but we only got 2 sets of plans.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
well,
They didn't have 3 envelopes.
I see 3,
Oh.
1, 2, 3.
Thanks, fun. Oh, nothing in that one. This one, unless there's something in there, right? No. Yeah, how did I end up with 3 envelopes? There were only 2 applications.
Okay, so this is the Jeffords, this is, the Jeffords Road, that's one we haven't seen yet, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so any comments on this other one?
On the pool one.
Yeah,
I don't think so. Okay, this is the one they want to install a pre-built shed.
This is the pool.
Yeah, well, I'll wait till we're done with the pool
Yeah,
one.
it's on, thanks. Very nice, the neighbor wrote a, saying he has no problem.
Oh, that is nice. To see neighbors getting along.
Yes.
which one you talking about?
The pool.
Oh,
No, the shed.
Oh, the shed.
Sorry.
Yeah. the pool one, yeah, the whole neighborhood's gonna be there.
That's what you have to do. If you want your neighbors not to object, you have to invite
Yeah,
them
yeah.
over. Oh, when my mother's cousin who lived around the corner built a pool. And the only people there were my family, and my mother said, so wasn't it nice of them to build a pool for us? But actually, my parents helped pay for it, so that was,
That was nice.
Yeah, we used,
and to maintain it too, so. Which was only fair because we used it so much. So. So tell me when you're ready, we'll move on, because I got this one.
Okay.
We can read. Okay, so they say install 12 by 20 pre-built shed install in lieu of garage additions. Original plan, the town of Rutch permit dated 11/15/2022. Had accident and knee surgery, cannot build. I see. So they were going to add onto the garage and they got permission to do that, it seems. But now we can't do that. So he wants to use a pre-built shed instead of a garage addition. And saying that the neighbor close to it doesn't have a problem with it. So this is, okay. Well, this is the applicant. I was looking at the wrong thing. This applicant is Cyklinski and Boyce, John Cyklinski and Lori Boyce. Let me give the construction details on the shed. I'm looking for that letter that Pat told us about, so nice to know that somebody does the homework.
Spell that name.
Oh, sure. John, S, Z is in zebra, Y, K, L, I, N is in Nancy, S, K, I. and Lori Boyce, BOYC. Here's the letter. My name is Matt Winter and I live at 22 Jeffords Road. I was approached by my neighbor, John Selinsky, who lives at 34 Jeffords Road, about a shed he wants to put on the property line between our two houses. I'm writing this letter to inform the town that I have no issues with John putting the shed in his requested location and support his application for the project.
Didn't we have a plan, something come before us before about? Oh, so it must have been for the garage in between the two of them, because the garage was gonna be at a lower level than the neighbor's property there. See, Kyle Stevens used to live in that house of the guy that wrote the letter,
Oh, okay.
and they had big water problems in there
Mhm.
at one time. And so does this guy, because I worked in this house too.
Oh,
They
yeah.
got a backup system in there. You know, for stormwater. But anyways, it's. That's where that comes around and rings a bell on that, so. He has no problem with that now. Does it say how close it is to the lot line? Or will it go in the same place as where the garage?
That's what he's
Addition
saying.
was
He's
going
saying
to go.
in lieu of garage addition.
But he didn't send the old map showing where that was going to be.
I just went through it. I don't,
No, I saw pictures of what the new shed's gonna look like.
oh, right.
Yeah.
I didn't see any kind of a,
Is this
map.
it here?
Or is that something else?
No, that's-
This is all pertains to
Yep,
that?
that's it, she said.
Oh, okay.
Oops. Oops, sorry about that.
Oh, these things work?
Oh, for the YouTube, for the recording.
Wake up.
We're on camera.
What's he doing in Old Forge?
What are you doing at Old Forge? We can't hear you.
Working very, very hard.
Oh,
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so here's the shed. Okay, it's like it's less than the required footage from the next lot. Wait a minute, though. That's not where a garage would be.
Oh,
Isn't there a shed back behind?
yeah,
You
It
said-
almost looks
Right here.
almost like a garage back there.
There's that's a.
Oh, that's already there.
Where it says
yes,
removed.
there's already a shed way in the back.
It says that it was removed.
Okay, and then here, okay.
And they just want to replace it with a movable shed.
Yeah,
So what are they, 20 feet or what's this, 5 feet?
maybe 5 feet to the stockade fence.
Oh, okay. And 20 feet from the lot line. Is that right?
I think so.
Or is it a 12 by 20 shed? It's a 12 by 20 shed.
Yes,
But it looks like this is gonna be the 12 and this is gonna be the 20.
Yeah. I don't see anything wrong with it.
I don't see anything in our jurisdiction.
No.
An issue.
What's it is? Yes. And you have anything to report to us, Dan?
Remember when we started talking about the community choice aggregate for power? Don Root brought it up. It's
Yes.
moving forward. We're joined with 3 or 4 other towns, I think, including Henrietta. And the power's out for bid right now. So at the next town board meeting, we're gonna have to start making some decisions about if we're gonna go with the CCA and see if we can get lower electric bills for the people in town.
That's
That's what-
exciting.
That's what's going on with that.
Is
I got
what?
solar.
Oh,
I'm
'cause there's-
ready for it. I got solar.
Well, for the rest of us, that's very exciting.
It could be.
Could be. Well,
They're,
prospect.
they're not saying as much of a savings as they were in the past, but we'll see how it goes. It's out for bid. We'll see how it comes back.
And also, I heard on last night that we might get a federal grant for the water system.
Yes.
Do you think that would get more realistic?
Joe Morelli's been in Congress for a little bit now, and he seems to think that everything he's asked for before in the past recent history, he's gotten, and he's asking for $3.5 million for the water development in the town of Rush. But it has to go through Congress. It's federal. We'll see how it goes.
Now I'm gonna
But
ask.
it certainly sounds promising.
Are there designated areas?
Yes. They're kind of scattered around the town, different places where they can make loops to make the whole system work better. It's not all one area. It's kind of smaller spots all around town, really. I'm not really sure I have the maps with me I could probably get you one day if you wanted to see it.
Jerry had once wanted to do the whole town. I take it that's off the table.
Right.
Well, there's some sections of town where it's just about impossible to run a water line. And then they're not really good areas for development anyway, so there never would be much of a demand on it to support it. The ones where they're looking will hit a higher number of residents and make the entire system better. They just seem to make sense. And there's some areas where the people in town are perfectly happy with their well water, and they don't want any, if there's a chance they have to pay that big $2,000 a year water fee, they don't want to do it.
Well, that was my other question. I mean, obviously that sounds like a lot of, like a big number, but.
I don't know how it's going to pan out as far as what people are going to have to pay or how it covers, or I don't have any any true details, but there's a promise of $3.5 million for the water systems in Rush.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Okay.
This needs to go with.
Yeah, this will go to the planning board.
Do you want
Yeah,
to
with it-
send them a copy of that too?
Yeah, this should be attached to it because we refer to it.
Did you want to keep theirs?
Are these copies for us to keep, hold on to?
Okay.
But we should leave the folders, right? We can take the contents, but leave the folder. Yeah.
The town likes to keep the folders.
There.
Thank you very much.
Glad to see you haven't changed from being at home. Don't throw that away. I
I
can use that.
once and I got in trouble.
Can't believe he has spent the whole hour and he's been just playing by.
Liam, you want to talk to Da? No?
He's a good man.
He's busy. He's busy.
Liam,
Ready for adjournment?
Yeah, I'll move to adjourn.
I-
Okay,
Yep.
In favor?
everybody, aye. Meeting adjourned,
Come here, come sit by me.
8:00.
Yeah,
Thank
good.
you very much, Jay.